Okay, so here actually in this video, I have set up some rough idea that what we are going to do. So we are going to we will try to send a message to the queue, MSMQ, which we created in the previous video from our web application. Okay. And we also have, but so far we are not able to send a message to that queue. And what kind of message actually we discussed in the first video when we were talking about that from here I can actually send the idea is that I'm sending here the code snippets and those are being evaluated and code is executed and I'm receiving the output. This was some other application, but I needed a front end, so I just tried to use this one as a starting point. So you saw this one that we are able to send calculate a expression or something. Okay, network something is, maybe my application is not running. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so let's set up a queue address. We will talk about the functionality along the application when we will read there. So first of all, we need to set up a queue address. And the normal way actually is, and which I am going to use, is that via web.config, I will add this key. And actually this is just a code I took from my other POC project, and I just wanted to reuse and adjust it according to our need. As we discussed that we will just try to keep this typing minimum and actually try to more focus about the whole idea. So let's go to web.config. And I think I have here some keys. So this place, actually, I will set up my queue. So what is our queue path? Let's say this is processing expression or something, formulas, and let's go back and see this one. We have to go to computer management, services, message queues, private queues, and process script. So if I come to properties, I see this is the label, and it says this is the actually path to my process script. Let me copy this one. This might be useful. Private problems. Okay. So this is our queue path. Let me close this one. And let me actually, the structure looks like that it will automatically fit here. Okay. Private. So just took the path from our queue and I just paste it. And otherwise you can use localhost, or there are some different formats. Actually, if it is on other machine, you have ability to set up a TCP format and give the address, and it is able to communicate. As said, if you need more information how this MSMQ in general work, you can go to Microsoft website and get more information there. Or you can, okay, it is script, but I know maybe I selected a script. Okay, yes. So let's go back here. Okay, so queue address, I guess we have set up this one. Now, yes, I was thinking about to create a queue helper class or not, or because I already have again the code available, but I don't need that much heavy helper class. But let me just take the code and adjust it accordingly. So I am going to put this one in POC Roseland common. And if I come here and see this one, okay, let me just create a folder, add, okay, and let me also same time take the code, because here I have some, I copy and paste it. So this is qhelper.f, and let me copy everything, just the namespaces. Okay, so qhelper. Let me create a class here. queue helper, and let me paste the code, and we will see what we need it. So let me also remove this namespace because it is from the pasted code, but we are in the common project, and that's good. So class name is same, queue helper. And actually I don't need this command at all because it was for some other queue and processing. I will keep this indicator command. It looks like this I will only need, and I don't need this one. I just wait a second because I'm just realizing which one we might need for some other purposes. Okay. So let me go through with this one. So first of all, we have this string property, and web.config contains indicator report queue path, and we know that this is process, or I can just call it queue path. This is just the key name. Actually, this is the address. Okay, so queue helper back there. We have a string, and then we are saying, okay, I need get required application string. Let me copy this key. Okay, it's not in the way. And this is get required application string. Get required application string. This property is using this method. Okay, so when we use this one, this script query string, we are passing the key. This is the key in our web.config file. And let me bring the namespace here. Okay, don't know. Anyway, if this is not exist, this is just a null check. Otherwise, we are reading from that configuration string. This is that. And then we have a helper method, web app URI. Okay, this one actually we do not have web app URI. This we will need. Actually, I will keep this one for here for now. And we will be trying to send message from our hosted service back to this application. Then we will need this one. And okay, let's go back queue helper.txt. Let me get it done. Okay, we set up somehow queue helper, and then we need message extensions. Okay, finalize this one. Indicator report command. Okay, so let me take the name. Okay, this was, I was forgetting. Actually, we could have started from this one. I need in common project queue helper sends. Okay, yeah, this was my plan actually. Let me copy this. So I need this. Actually looks more descriptive what we are trying to do. So I'm building a method send script code to queue. So from our application we will use this helper method. And here indicator report command, actually I was thinking to reuse. We already have something available as a view model here, but the problem is then we will have problem of circular references. So what actually I'm trying to send here is just a string. So let me create message itself. Okay, I could have done this one. So okay, there are a couple of things actually we need it. First of all, we need a command object. Okay, this is simple. Let's start with simple one. So command object, maybe I would like to share it between other projects. That's why I want to keep it in common project. I will call it Q commands. And actually, you will realize we can use same queue actually to process different things actually. You can have a bunch of background tasks. You can hold even, you can send on the same queue, same messages, and interpret them in the different services or in the same service with different ways. Okay, so indicator report command, I get the idea. So we will say script code command. Make this one public. And script code command, actually I have a similar structure with some component I can use. Some command, okay. Let me get this one. Okay, let me copy this one and adjust. So we give our class name. And let's see what I need here. Actually, I will talk about these properties later, but they will be needed. So we are sending user ID, connection ID, what they are, we will talk about when we will be using. Why not current date time? Because in this way we can measure the time, how much it took to perform on the server. It is a good idea. Actually, this is one of the good concept. We can actually requeue the same command. If there is some exception, we can set up a retry counter, and up to 5 number time it can be tried. Depends actually what you want to do. But it's a, if you in general see, this is a simple POCO class with some property, bunch of properties, and you can extend it however you like your requirement. I think these will be enough. Let's adjust those, and if we need any time, we can update this class. Okay, let me save. So we have user ID, connection ID, current date time, retry counter, and let me set up the constructor. We don't need at all. This was actually some database records I was setting up in the database. But here, user ID, connection ID, we don't need profile name, current date time, we don't need to pass in the constructor. We don't need to pass this one here, and one more property. String script code. This will be the code we will get from our web application from this input box on the page, and we will store it here. And here, instead of profile name, there is code. Okay, so we no longer needed this one. User ID, ID. So we are populating the current date time and script code. Field, but I like to put them behind the properties and using auto generated fields. Okay, I think that should work. We have script code command, and it's one simple constructor with bunch of fields here. So let's use this command. Go back to QHelper. So QHelper, and something which I was thinking of, send script code command. And what is that? Script code command. So something actually we were planning. So I already have this one, but yeah, I should have copied this one here. Okay, let me make this one. Okay, so here we have a using block where we are saying new message queue, and actually we need to pass this object. Let us talk about message queue first. Okay, this is the part of the system. We have to add actually a reference. So let's go there in our common project, add reference, assemblies, dot messaging, I guess. Yes, this is the one. We'll add a reference, and then you are able to just add a using statement, and you are all good to go. So message queue, and we are going to pass a command, but with what command? Actually, if we need to pass new indicator report queue path. Sorry, I was thinking. So indicator report queue path. This is this one. Okay, new message. We are coming back to this one, and that's it. This is actually the structure of the message. So what we will do, let me clean this one up one more. Okay, this actually part of the constructor. So here, what we are going to do actually, this message queue or message queue by a standard, it's a default way of sending is via using some XML format. But I wanted to change that structure to JSON format, and actually I will come back to why we want to do that. But I would like to do this one via some extension method, and I want to reuse the code which actually I have already. And let's bring the code first, and then we can talk about that, what it is. Okay, so I actually will create a folder here. And we'll call it extension. Okay. So somehow I have some code available. And then let's go to this one, extension, and add a class. Okay, extensions. Let me set up the name file to my type. That was fine actually. Okay. So we created one static class, object extension, and here we need to import JSON convert Newton. Okay. So we need a Newtonsoft NuGet package here, and I am okay. What is here? Stream. Okay, this I think only import, and now this stream. Okay, so we only need this Newtonsoft package to work with this serializing object. That's it. How we will do it? Let's go to the package manager. So we have JSON for, okay, that's the problem that I have different variants on different. So I could have consolidate, but there are, let me see. So MVC 6.04, this application is using this one, and script service does not have anything. Okay, let me 6.04. In common project, okay, latest is 9. But let me just keep this one so that at least they are consistent. Later we will update in one go all these things. Okay, so it is added. Now I think ReSharper can help me. Yes, please. So we have a static class, object extensions, a helper method, get message type, accepting an object parameter, and then we are using reflection to get the type of the object. So get message type, and what you saw that our message is script code command, so we will get it so simply qualified. To JSON string, also getting an object, and because we are actually creating them as extension methods, creating an object and using JSON convert to serialize the object. And then from that JSON object, from stream actually, we are transforming it to JSON stream. And yeah, then it is returning a memory stream to JSON stream. So simple methods, will not go much of the detail. So we got object extensions. Now go back. Let me close this one. So to JSON stream, these are the extension methods, and get message type is also for this one. So now I think this part is done. So send script code to queue. What it is doing, this is our script code command as an parameter. We are setting up some of these properties. Then these properties are, we are creating a new message queue because it's accept a queue path which we define in our web.config, and we are getting using this helper method. Then we came inside and make this message object and convert this object, which is actually this our Poco class, to a JSON string. So this message has now two properties. What is the body, which is actually our message, our Poco class, and what is the label. So this is get message type. This is trying to help us. So we are marking a message on the message type. We are saying that this is a message type of script code command. Remember I said that you can send various kind of commands on the same queue. So here actually what we are doing, we are just having a specific type of command we are setting on this message app. Okay, and then the actual body stream is having our Poco class. So this is the message queue transaction object we are creating. This is part of the MSMQ framework, just to have a transactional message. We are starting the transaction like normal a SQL transaction, if you think of, and this is the committing the, and actually this is the queue command. What it is doing, this is actually message queue, and here library came and kicks in. It has a send method, and if you see that first is the object and second is the message queue transaction. So this is all it need to send a message to a queue. This is the whole code what you saw here, and you saw how easy it is to create a message queue on a local machine or on a server. Let's use it. So this will be the signature of our command. So, and this property, this is currently disabled, but we will need it. Now we need, okay, okay, where we will use this helper method. Actually, that's the plan here to use in the controller. Remember, we have one post method in our home controller, which is already configured to send us a JSON view model, and one of these properties code, this one, and this is our code actually. And here object result. Let me make this for now. Result is equal to true. Yes, not true, because we are not interested what's happening here. We are just trying to send a message. So this is my queue helper code. So I think I will need a common project reference in my MVC application. I thought I already have this reference. Let me see. POC reference is there or not? Wow, it's not. No, it's not here. Okay. add reference project. Let me add this reference so we can use this helper class. So helper send script code to command, and what is our command? Actually, we will build it here. Var equal to new script code command, and it is accepting a user ID. Let me pass for now GUID.new GUID.toString. In this way. Second thing is script code command, comma, connection ID. Why not? This we will fill later. Currently, I need something just populated. Contents of the messages are not important for now. Just the itself is, and its send code. And this is JSON VM.code. Okay, user ID, connection ID, and all these three parameters are required to create a command. Okay, so, and here let me just remove this. So this is our mechanism. Currently ignore this part which is doing something and sending message, sending some result to the this part to do fix, and this result will come together. Okay, so what we are doing so far in this method, when this Ajax post request came here, a view model is populated, and then what we are doing, we are creating 3 local variable for now with some data, and actually only the code data is here which we are interested currently, and we are interested to send this command to as a message to our message queue. And let's try this one. I mean, okay, this is home controller part, this is finished, I guess, for now. This is straightforward. We have only one constructor and private set, so you cannot even change these properties. Only the script code. Actually, I could have done this one private as well. So only this retry counters, and there is a reason we will talk about it. So for now, just this is fine. So script code command, no needed to use. Okay, this helper is done. I'm just going through, did I miss something? Okay, this is just for some helper text to me to just be in the context. And let me see that. Okay, actually, also let me show you one thing. Okay, so see when the message will come here, and okay, this part we should focus actually for now. Let's see, I put a breakpoint here and we will debug it together. Currently the code, we are not worried about the refactoring and what we could do better and initialize these things. Of course, we will talk about those. Okay, so we have this screen. Let me put a simple 2 plus 2. Click execute. Let's see what the process take us now from here. So execute, and I have a breakpoint, and I think it will hit. Okay, so what we receive 2 plus 2, and second parameter ignore for now. We just need this one code 2 plus 2. Okay, it came in the if statement. user ID, connection ID, code, command. So we build a command. Let's see our command properties. So we see we have current date time because it was set in constructor, some GUID string for connection and user ID, and retry counter zeros. Looks to me a simple message. And then we are using queue helper and see if we are able to send it. Okay, looks like it did not throw an exception. And let's see, and go to our computer manager, and if you are setting up this one on the other server, so you can check wherever. So private queue process script. So if you see here, queue message and general message, and in first video maybe or second we set up and talked about that this property, we will keep this one. So let's in queue message. Oh, we receive one message here, and see the label. This is actually the type of that namespace class, and this will be helpful for us. But let's see, this is the type. What are the contents? So there are some general information, not of our interest, queue, sender. Let's see the body. See here, user ID, then there is a connection, and this is the values. So this is a JSON format, and see this script code, 2 + 2, and current date time, and retry count. So our whole information is available in 193 bytes, the body size. So we send this message, and now we will receive this message. We already know this is in the queue, and see if this is a transactional queue, and every message which is not processed will stay here. You can switch off the machine and it will stay there. So durability is also in the core of this queuing framework. You don't have to do anything special. We just make it transactional and make it yes, journal entries available, and we will see what this general folder is helpful for us. So we are able to send a message to a message queue via our web application. So later we will actually type the whole, we can type whole, this is, you can say like a C# editor, you can type whole classes here, but that's not our discussion, and currently we are setting up a simple expression. That's it for this video. Thank you guys. Bye bye. So let me close this one.